That was a game. Still reeling from it. Good Lord. What's going on, y'all? TK here, back with week 1 of TK's Commentaries Season 2. And we have a lot to unpack as the Bills pull off the win against the Baltimore Ravens, with Matt Prater hitting a 32-yard game winner as the Bills beat the Ravens 41-40. And we have a lot to unpack in this game. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're grinding over here on YouTube. And if you're viewing this on TikTok, feel free to drop me a follow over there too. Before we get into everything, there's one thing that I saw that we kind of need to address this just a little bit. After the DeAndre Hopkins pretty phenomenal one-handed grab that he made over Christian Benford, replays showed that a Bills fan sitting in the front row pushed DeAndre Hopkins in the helmet and then pushed Lamar Jackson in the helmet. Lamar Jackson subsequently shoved him back. Both were in the wrong, but I don't blame Lamar. Bills fans, this is not who we are. Do not be doing this shit. This is not who we are as a fan base. Leave that to the other fan bases. Just want to talk about that right quick. So, pretty much, there was absolute, you can tell by the score, 81 total points scored. There was absolutely no defense. 929 total yards between the two teams. Buffalo's defense realistically could not stop. They could not stop the Ravens defense until the final 2 drives, or the final 3 drives, you might as well say, where Ed Oliver, who had 6 total tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, and the game-changing forced fumble on Derrick Henry, which Henry had himself a game as well. 182 total yards and 2 touchdowns. The fumble that he had in the 4th that led to an Allen touchdown was really the game changer. We actually had a quarterback duel. Lamar Jackson had 279 total yards and 3 total touchdowns, while the reigning, defending MVP, Josh Allen, 424 total yards and 4 total touchdowns to lead this comeback as Buffalo outscored the Ravens in the 4th quarter 22-6. And speaking of Matt Prater, he hit 3 of 3 with his longest 43 yards, went 2 for 2 with the extra points, and hit the game winner of 32 yards after Keon Coleman took a Allen catch and took it 32 yards to get in well within the field goal range. Coleman, who is off to a great start this season, posting up 8 receptions for 112 yards and a touchdown. He had a 2-point conversion that was knocked out of his hands, and one where I honestly don't know how this is possible. I thought that I don't know how this is possible. I thought if a cornerback puts his hands on a receiver past 5 yards, it's a penalty. Apparently, I was wrong on that, because Nate Wiggins on that 2-point conversion play, you could see by the replay of it, kind of pushed Keon Coleman out of bounds, and I didn't know you could do that. Apparently I was wrong. Shame on me. Joshua Palmer, one of the newest pickups of the offseason, who's brought in to be the guy that took the top off of a defense, probably made one of the most boneheaded moves I've ever seen. He was coming back on a comeback route, and Allen threw the ball to him, and it clearly looked like he didn't even try to go for the ball. That pass was nearly intercepted. He needs to not do that and be better about that, because that could have been a really big momentum swing for Baltimore. But he did make up for it with a 34-yard catch and run that got him into field goal range, and then Coleman put the exclamation point on by getting them deeper into field goal range and forced the Ravens to use both their timeouts that led to Matt Prater's game-winning field goal. As soon as the league announced it, that this was going to be week 1, I hated this matchup, being that Buffalo usually doesn't play well in week 1, and seeing the Ravens week 1 based off of what happened in the regular season last year, and how close the game was in the playoffs. I knew this was going to be a battle. I just didn't know it would be this kind of a battle. This was a slugfest. Buffalo needs to fix some things on defense. They need to get some guys back and healthy. And the run defense in general, I'm not even going to try to go between 432 yards of total offense. This defense has to play better. They do have the Jets next weekend, so hopefully they can this defense can really get on track. Regardless, a win's a win. My voice is a little raspy from all the yelling that I did. It hit a lot of emotions. 1-0, baby. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment on this video as well, if you so desire. I will be back next week. As I mentioned, the Bills do face the New York Jets. I believe that's a 1 o'clock game. 1-0. Every other team today lost in the AFC East, so we sit at the top of the division. I'm going to paraphrase again. Shout out to QB1. Getting the dub. Be good, do good, be blessed, go Bills. Be show.